Welcome to the ISTL Wrap-Up for July 10th, 2012. My name is Shalthus from the GKIC Network at gkic.net and Observer Esports at observer.gkic.net. Today, we're bringing you the second semifinal matchup in ISTL Season 2 between Team Impulse and Team My-Intent. The winner of this match will move on to face Western Wolves in the Grand Finals on Thursday, while the loser will meet Team Energy in the third place match on Wednesday. Thanks to the sponsors of this event, Maxed Out Studios, Legends of Elveron, and Impulse Esports. Now, let's head right to the match. In Game 1 of this best-of-7 semifinal match, My-Intent's Shinya faces off against Team Impulse's Magic on ESV Cloud Kingdom. In this ZVP match, both players decide to open up with standard play despite Shinya attempting some cannon harassment at the natural, which denies mining time but is otherwise turned aside. Magic attempts an early Ling Bling attack at Shinya's wall, but thanks to cannon placement and key force fields, Magic is forced to abandon the plan. The battles come fast and frequent now as Shinya, after taking out Magic's overlords throughout the map, drops 10 gateways and rolls into a Charge Lot Archon Mothership timing attack. However, his first toilet is unsuccessful thanks to a Baneling counterattack within the vortex. Magic's attempt to follow up the attack is turned away quickly, and a subsequent battle with the second Archon Vortex does massive damage, and Shinya rolls into Magic's base with a death ball of Archons to force the GG and take Game 1 for Team My-Intent. Shinya fights to continue his role in Game 2, going PvP against Team Impulse's Fantax on MLG Shakura's Plateau. Both players open with Phoenixes, and Fantax manage to do some good harassment, gaining map control. Shinya does manage to blink into Fantax's main, snipe his Robo, but ends up losing a lot of Stalkers thanks to the counter Phoenix fleet. Fantax transitions into an Archon Stalker Immortal build to try and decide the game, but a massive Stalker count with upgrades does some serious damage for both players. The continued pressure by Fantax does big damage, but thanks to his upgrades, Shinya is able to hold it off, and we go into the even later game, still without Robos and +3 energy shields for Fantax before any weapons upgrades. After losing a large portion of his army, Shinya counters in with a large Dark Templar force, even in the face of detection, and manages to force Fantax to GG in a wild PvP to put My-Intent up 2-0. Here in Game 3, Shinya looks to continue his run, now taking on Impulse's Hyper in another PvZ on GSL Daybreak. A similar opening for Shinya does some cannon harassment in the Zerg player's natural, which is actually much more effective this time around. A Zergling counter is effectively stopped thanks to a fully completed wall-off at Shinya's natural, and as the game transitions into the middle, Hyper does some great harassment with Zerglings that slip into Shinya's main and pick off the Artosis pylon, powering Shinya's Robo and 3 gateways to throw his timing off. Setting up for his push, Hyper floods some Lings into the main and moves in at the third with his Roach Hydra army. However, a force field wall pushes Hyper back and he begins to push out Infestors. His attempt at an attack is met with Shinya's massive Colossal Immortal Stalker force, which gives Shinya a chance to move in. The supply difference suddenly tilts heavily to the Protoss player's favor and forces Hyper to GG and puts Shinya one game away from a possible all-kill. We head into what could be the deciding matchup for Team My-Intent as Shinya goes up against his first Terran opponent in IMP's Deceive in Game 4. Shinya goes into a Nexus first build while Deceive opens with a 1-Rax expand play, before pushing out with Marines and Marauders, while Shinya drops an additional 5 gateways ahead of it. The small pressure is turned aside, and the attack moves in at Deceive's base, and a solid trade occurs, but a forward pylon gives Shinya a great advantage to clean up the bio, and before Medivacs can spawn, Shinya forces the GG and successfully all-kills Team Impulse to advance to the finals against Western Wolves. So this means that the final 2 matches of ISTL Season 2 are decided. This Wednesday, catch the third place matchup between Team Impulse and Team NRG, followed by the Grand Finals between Western Wolves and Team My-Intent on Thursday. You can watch these matches at twitch.tv/impulse, and for more, visit impulseesports.com and follow us on Twitter at IMP_esports. And for more ISTL Wrap-Up videos, don't forget to subscribe to the Observer Esports channel here on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.